What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. And today I kind of have my YouTuber hype back, if you want to call it that, and I'm feeling even better than I did yesterday, so I hope I'll get healthy and be able to upload more. And anyways, we also have a reason to celebrate because our channel, our community, just hit 800 subscribers, which thank you so much. And whilst it wasn't my initial goal for my channel, I will soon be able to reach the requirements for YouTube monetization. So that's kind of what it went for me, but you know. Anyways, let's get into a video. And the second part of What If Naruto Was Kaguya's son. If you haven't seen that video, check it out. Anyways, last video, we saw Kaguya being sealed by Hagoromo and Hara after having her full Otsutsuki child, which we know as Naruto. Naruto then reincarnated after the Ninetales attack. And by the way, just to clarify, I know nobody asked, but just to clarify, Naruto did get the entire Ninetales, and that's why the Ninetales is a little bit kinder to Naruto in this. But also because Naruto reminds Kurama of Hagoromo, and Hagoromo is basically Kurama's dad. And I mean, he's not wrong, because he's Hagoromo's half-brother, so kind of makes sense, but anyways, so then Naruto was beaten up by some villagers and even Shinobi of the Hidden Leaf Village. And he fell unconscious, and the very worst part, they even hurt his eyes so bad to the point where he was blind. But for some reason, he was able to see in his mindscape. And so Naruto met Kaguya in his mindscape, but before that, he met Kurama. Kurama talked to him about stuff, but with Kaguya, he really felt a connection, and well, Kurama was more of a friend, but Kaguya really understood Naruto. And she really did feel like she was Naruto's mother, more than Kushina had in the past 2 years or 3 years, because she had really only interest in Karui. If you didn't know, or if you forgot, that's Naruto's little sister. 2 years younger than him. Again, look at the video, the last part, if you haven't seen it. Because the villagers and the Hokage think that she is the child of prophecy. Which, is that true? You'll have to find out. Now, we then cut to present time, where Naruto has had his talk with both Kurama and Kaguya, and he even got Byakugan eyes from Kaguya, as it's pretty much his birthright. And so now, training is on session. And if you're wondering why they have so much time, I'm just gonna say Kaguya can basically turn the mindscape, where the time already, goes much slower than in real life. She can increase that factor by even more, to the point where instead of 1 day, she can have 1 year in Naruto's mindscape. So it's basically, yeah. basically pretty OP if you ask me, because when he trains in this mindscape, he trains, like, his body gets stronger in real life. Pretty OP if you ask me. But anyways, oh yeah, and he never gets tired. He literally never gets tired, because he's in his mindscape, not in real life. So, after we gave him all this OP stuff, now the actual training part. Kaguya then nicely asks Kurama to also come to their heavenly, like, place, because Kurama's, well, still in his prison cell, but Kaguya can easily change that. I mean, she's literally the founder of chakra. So she does some hocus pocus jutsu, and somehow, now there's just a Kurama standing behind her. And Kurama doesn't mind because, well, I mean, if you really think about it, Kaguya's kind of Kurama's grandmother in a way. But really, I mean, like, if I were Kurama, I'd be crazy scared of Kaguya, and he kind of is, because, I mean, she is at least as strong as Haguruma, if not even stronger, and Haguruma's also already a beast, literally, kind of. So, Naruto starts training, and is even taught to use some of Kurama's chakra and power, which, as I said, Kurama is nicer, so he allows Naruto to take some of his chakra without actually influencing him and taking over Naruto's body. So Naruto is still in free will, but can access Kurama's chakra. Naruto then uses something similar to the multi-shadow clone jutsu, which I will find a name soon for. And if you guys have a name for it, you can write it down below. It's kind of like an Otsutsuki style shadow clone jutsu, which has a similar effect to the multi-shadow clone jutsu, where you can have your clones train, and that experience goes to you after they're disbanded. And now I'm gonna say we cut to about half a year later. This is still in Naruto's mindscape, because they're gonna have about a year in Naruto's mindscape. Kurama has kind of gotten used to the situation, as has Naruto, and funny enough, not only does Naruto never get tired, but he also never needs to sleep. And because Naruto basically sleeps 12 hours a day, he now has twice the time in the same time of the day, if that makes sense. And he has a whole year. So this, like, mindscape is just busted for training. But Naruto can access it no problem. And yeah, he never runs out of chakra. That's pretty amazing. So they train. Naruto has gotten more used to his 360, almost 360. Actually, you know what? He has complete 360 degree sight, because whilst Hyugas have almost 360 degree sight with a blind spot, I'm just gonna say that because Naruto is a full Otsutsuki, they don't have that blind spot, because let's just say that that's a human defect, that humans evolved over time when the Otsutsuki bloodline was spread so thin that only the Byakugan was like 1% of the Otsutsuki strength, and so Naruto can actually see 50 times as far as a different person with a Byakugan could. So for example, let's say Neji could see a kilometer. Okay, that's maybe a little much. Let's see, Neji could see 100 meters far. Naruto can see 5 kilometers. Yeah, I know. Alright? Don't complain to me, complain to Ishiki. I should really make that a catchphrase. Anyways, I'm having way too much fun with this. Now, Kaguya actually does something interesting at this point. She, with her big brain, stops the tailed beast healing from Kurama that's being done on Naruto. So instead of a day in real life, it's gonna take a week. However, she doesn't do this so she has more time training or talking to Naruto, because then she kind of lets go of her time-bending powers, and so even though they have a week in real life instead of a day, they still have about a year in their mindscape time. Why? Because Kaguya noticed that by doing that, Naruto's training is more effective, because the more you bend time, the less, let's say, realistic training gets, and so the closer to real time you're doing your training in, the more realistic it is, right? So if you make one day into a year, it's still a lot of training you can do. It's just not as much in one day than you would in a day in real life, if that makes any sense. I'm sorry for the confusion. Just sorry. Now, Naruto wakes up. He is about... yeah. Nobody saw him when he actually woke up, because Minato was in his Hokage office, Karui was playing with her friends, and Kushina was cooking at home dinner, because it was already the evening, and, well, even though the first half day after Naruto's injuries, because of Kurama, it healed pretty quickly. After that, since Kaguya stopped the quick healing process, Naruto's healing went pretty slowly, so they didn't expect Naruto to wake up for a while now. The doctor said it could take up to a month. But nevertheless, Naruto woke up, but none of them knew. Whilst eating dinner, they hear knocking on the door, and all they see is an Anbu. An Anbu? What? Wait, Kakashi, is that you? Minato-sensei. Naruto is he awake? Well, we don't know. He's gone. Gone? Minato asks. Where could he have gone? We don't know. So, they track down Naruto as Naruto is walking around the village. Now, right before they find Naruto, Kaguya does something pretty special, which she has actually told Naruto about. They put a genjutsu on Naruto's eyes, so that his eyes look like he can't see. It looks like he's blind, because, I mean, not only does the Byakugan kind of look similar to as if a person would is blind, kind of, because they don't have a pupil. So it's not that much crazy wizardy genjutsu. And so Kaguya puts her genjutsu on Naruto, and they just see Naruto trotting around with completely white eyes, so they think he's turned blind. So they're just thinking he's trying to walk home but doesn't know where to walk to. So they bring him to Minato, and Naruto stops. Because he can clearly see them, but nobody knows that. And he doesn't want to show. Because he still likes the Namikaze family at this point. He also likes Kaguya. And does want to unseal her, which no other human seems to want. Naruto joins them for dinner, and when Naruto asks to go upstairs to bed, well, that's the only thing that Naruto really said. Naruto didn't talk at all at dinner. He didn't say much. Really, he didn't say anything. They tried to talk to him, but he would just respond quickly and stop the conversation. However, little did they know that when Naruto asked to go upstairs, he wasn't planning on going to bed. He opened his window and jumped outside. Of course, closing it after him so they wouldn't notice. And he created a clone, so again, no one would notice he's gone. Now then, he goes towards the forest. Why? He meets Black Zetsu. Kaguya told him that she left behind her will's manifestation as, well, not really human, but just in the material form thing. So, they meet. Black Zetsu explains how he's already working on unsealing Kaguya and kind of tricking the Akatsuki into doing what he wants. And although Madara thinks that he's in control, really Black Zetsu's pulling all the strings. Naruto likes what he's hearing and kind of wants to, well, he wants to help, but there's not much he can do right now. He needs to get stronger. And although he's pretty strong for his age, he's only about, let's say, Jonin power. Which, I mean, he's a bloody 6-year-old, yeah? But anyways. So, Naruto. Now, we cut to, let's say, when Naruto's 8. Naruto has learned to kind of sense people's chakra. At least that's what he's told others. Minato supposedly trained Naruto to sense other people's chakra so he wouldn't bump into people, and even went as far as to test if Naruto had Earth-style nature release, so that he could actually, similar to how Toph did it in Avatar The Last Airbender, sense people with the Earth's vibration. Now, all of that is, of course, a hoax because Naruto can see in the first place, so it's kind of useless, but Naruto still accepts extra training because why and why not? I mean, training from the Hokage is always nice. So, they let Naruto into the academy because supposedly he can now see. Naruto enters the academy, and actually, with his little sister. Because she is a prodigy. Because she has gotten training from Jiraiya. And also from Tsunade, because they did call Tsunade to heal Naruto, but once she arrived, it was already too late, and Naruto already woke up. But after she saw that the supposed child of prophecy was born, she stayed there to train her. So yeah, Karui's getting trained by two Sanin and Kushina and Minato. Kind of OP, I know, but if you really think about it, Naruto's getting trained by literally Kaguya herself, so yeah, I think we'd know who to choose there. Anyways, people are kind of weirded out by Naruto because, well, he can see but without eyes, which people, I mean, that's a little sus, you know? But Neji and Sasuke like it because they just see that as strength. And although Naruto doesn't have his eyesight, supposedly, of course, he could be a good team member to have because he seems to have pretty good chakra control. And of course, because his eyes look like the Byakugan, because Neji at first actually thought he had the Byakugan, which is kind of funny, because he's actually blind. Anyways, I know not that much happened this episode, but there was some explaining I had to do. So, thank you so much for watching today's video, and thank you for 800 subs. I hope you guys enjoyed. Peace!